Hello everyone. I have two hands now. That's not all I have. I have a toy. Let's review that toy. I'm Troublesome Junction, and I'm bringing you the Nakayoshi Thomas the Tank Engine, released by Bandai, and the date on this says 2012. It'll focus in. So, I'm gonna get into this now. If you couldn't tell, I changed what I used to record my videos with. Instead of using that tablet of mine, I'm actually using a camcorder now with a tripod that I actually customly built. If you want to know more about that, I'll probably do a whole behind the scenes and stuff like that. So, here's the characters you can get. Thomas, Percy, James, Edward, Henry, Gordon, Harold the Helicopter, Bill and Ben, Toby and Henrietta, Donald, Douglas, Emily, Murdoch, who I've actually seen on Amazon before for like $10, $13. I kind of regret not buying him. It was up near summertime when I found him like that. Spencer, Bulgy the Vegetable Bus with Caroline. If you don't know who that is, he was from an episode from the Michael Brandon era. It was kind of weird. Elizabeth and a crane. I'd get this one for the crane because I don't really like Elizabeth all that much as a character. Harvey and Salty. So I've seen him too on eBay. I might pick him up just for another review. All of this, can't even read it. So moving on to the licensing information. As already shown, it is a licensed product, and yeah, that's all I got to say about this. Let's unbox this bad boy. Well, if you could already tell, it's kind of already been opened. I had to repackage it because my whole video got freaking interrupted. So, now that we're unboxing this for the second time, perfect. We're not gonna look at this just yet. We're actually going to look at these. So this one they're just little cards that are supposed to represent track, I guess. And yeah, they act as little character cards. If anyone can read that, just comment down below of what it says. Has a really nice picture, and yeah, it looks really nice. If you get enough of these, I'm assuming that you can make your own little track layout, but I kind of don't really see the appeal of this. And this one just has a normal straight piece of track, and oh my, second dimension. That is that's a lot of damage. Why does this exist? Whose idea was this? The world may never know. But anyways, I'm assuming that this is just a character card of Thomas himself. I don't know why they chose this picture of all of them. I'm assuming that this one might be about the toy. I'm not really sure. Or maybe it's a continuation of... This is a continuation of this one. But yeah, if you know what any of this says, comment down below. Because yeah, I can only speak Pig Latin. But the weird part was, though, is that these cards say 2010, but the packaging over there, as you saw earlier, says 2012. So maybe these things were made before that packaging was made, or like this particular Thomas was made. So speaking of this Thomas, we'll move these to the side. I'll probably put these on my shelf later. And we're going to be reviewing the Troublesome Truck first. Yep. So anyways, here we have this little Troublesome Truck. If you want a comparison, it is roughly... here is it compared to an Ertl Thomas. It's actually really good to scale with it. It looks better than the actual Ertl Thomases do. I mean, the Ertl Troublesome Trucks do, which I think... They have really good faces, but they're really squashed. So if you're not really a railway fan, these are... Troublesome Trucks are based upon 7-plank British Railway wagons. And I do have, let me just rotate the camera, right over there, I do have some British Railway 7-plank wagons. It's the one that I have it's the one right next to the petrol tanker. So, that's that. But anyways, back to this. So it's actually really a lot smaller than what I thought it would be. I compare it to I definitely would compare it to scale with Ertl, but it's not as it's a lot bigger than like the Adventures are. Here's an Adventures Troublesome Truck, and here's this one. I'd say the Adventures Troublesome Truck definitely has like the right height. This one feels a bit shorter than what it feels more like a 5-plank wagon than a 7-plank. But I mean, that's just me. And then this one over here, it actually even works together. Because I mean, Adventures is just, I don't know, it's revolutionized train with face toys. So here's it side by side with it. You can see that this one right here is a lot longer with it, and it's not holding back on the size of it with detail and such, like as most Adventures models do. The faces, I mean, they're incomparable. This one's from Classic Series. This one is from CGI Series. And that's enough of the comparison. And this right here, it's like a really great Troublesome Truck. And if you don't know a lot about, I mean, if you couldn't tell by my icon, I'm definitely a Troublesome Truck fan. They're definitely up with my favorite characters, along with Ivo, Hugh, Wilbur, Big Mickey, and Cranky. But yeah, I consider this to be a really, really nice representation of a Troublesome Truck. And for the price I paid, which is like $9 free shipping to get this and a train, that right there is good value for just this. And before you ask, yes, all of this is plastic. This one feels a little bit heavier than this one. Probably because it's just bigger, but it does feel a little bit weightier. But yes, these are all plastic. These are not metal. If you want metal ones, I'd recommend the like Bandai die-cast range, because they're basically the same thing. These are just the plastic ones. So that's enough for the Troublesome Truck. Just gonna go one more time around. I don't know. I don't think this is a sticker on the back. Hard to tell. No, it's printed, and so is the face. And I actually like that it's printed. So that's enough for the Troublesome Truck. It can sit on. We'll just put it over here. And now on to Thomas. And this one on the side of it, it does have a sticker, and that kind of bothers me because I don't like sticker detail. But yeah, I think all of the detail actually is stickers. The stripes on it, the sides, the back, like the little lamp. This one actually feels like it's going to fall off. I don't know. I'll probably mold a 3D lamp to put onto here, because I do want to modify this and give it a white running board and all that. But yeah. So if you couldn't tell from earlier, yes, it does have moving coupling rods, unlike the Ertls do. But I mean, I feel like this could kind of be a flaw, because this center wheel is kind of just a dummy wheel. This wheel right here is basically, these two wheels are the ones that are connected. So then if you're just playing with it, it kind of, as you can see, like it does this. The coupling rods just go all over the place. They become really, really like this, and then it locks up. And that really does get annoying, especially with like other models that have coupling rods, or like toys in general. They used to kind of get on my nerves, because I used to push it as fast as I can. But that's enough of these. I kind of wish that these were gray though and not black. But I mean, on characters like Salty and James, I don't know, I kind of like it there. But on characters like Thomas and stuff, where it's really noticeable, I really kind of wish that these were like a gray color. I mean, they could have done metallic, because I mean, they did it with the whistles. But I mean, I would have just much preferred a gray color, even the same color as like this coupling here. But that's enough with the coupling rods on the side. The face is wow. Just look at this face. Oh, that's a really, really good Thomas face right there. And that's actually a great compliment to give a Thomas toy, because for the fact that not very many companies hit the nail on the head when it comes to making a good Thomas face. Just look at the giant pullback Ertl toy. Ugh. So yes, this Thomas face looks insanely accurate to the show. And it just looks in really good proportion. If I compare it to like the Ertl again, the Ertl one is more elongated, kind of like the Hornby Thomas, but this one looks all into proportion. These ones do not couple up though, because these ones have smaller things on them. So yes, the proportions on this are absolutely phenomenal. Got a coat load in the back right here. The roof is actually feels insanely well finished. Only problem with it is you can see this little noticeable seam right here. I'll probably file that down with some sandpaper when I'm done recording. Look at these buffers. The buffers, the way that they did it was they molded it with the chassis. That's really clever, and I actually give them props for doing it. And on the bottom, I don't think I discussed troubles from truck, but it does say 2010. Will it focus? Yeah. That's what I like about my new camera. It focuses a lot better. This one also says 2010. This right here is, for what I paid, like $9. This is amazing value for what you're getting. Because, I mean, just the normal adventures, which, don't get me wrong, they're cool and all that, but they just don't look as good as detail as this one does. And for like $9, and these are like $5, I'd rather pay the $9 for the fact you get this and some rolling stock with it. That's basically 2 characters, really good detail. So I'm definitely going to have to recommend this to any Thomas fan out there who's really in the market for a really well detailed Thomas. And plus he makes for really nice customization. So now what I'm going to talk about is the coupling system. This one's a really basic one. It's basically the same as the Thomas Minis. It has a hole in the front and the little nub thing in the back. I kind of wish that they were more like the Adventures, so they could actually clip into place, because these ones feel like similar to Ertl. The little pin on the back might break off if a child gets too excited with their toys or whatever. So yeah, that's all I got to say about this nice little Thomas here. If I were to give this a rating for what I paid, I'm definitely going to have to give it a solid 10 out of 10. Because, I mean, $9, 2 characters, really well detailed. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about this nice toy. I highly recommend it if you see it at a good price. Only flaw with this thing is, what I would say, is maybe that when you're on Amazon, the price changes a lot. First it will be $8, then $13, then $29. Heck, I've seen it go as high up to $70 even in some cases. Ouch. So if you see this for a good price, I recommend maybe like if it's between maybe $8 to $15, I definitely would buy it then and there. So that's all I got to say about these 2 toys. I'll see you all on the flip side.